Welcome back. Hi guys, welcome back. Good morning. And I am heading over to my little exercise spot. And I thought I'd make a quick video. Lynn's busy in Taliban this past couple of days, visiting her family and doing some paperwork, some things we need to get done for the house. And I wanted to make a video. I wanted to do another kind of shout out video to the gentleman, to the man who helped us finish the visa process with Lynn and Kyla. You know, sometimes I wonder if I did the right thing, you know, or if I'm doing the right thing. I wonder if I'm, you know, sometimes you second guess yourself, and you know, I wonder sometimes if I made Lynn's life better or if I made it worse, you know. We bought that house, we bought that lot in Anda, we built a beautiful home, expensive house. And you know, with that comes a lot of responsibility. That Lynn didn't have in the past, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I know that Lynn loves. I know that she loves her home. I mean, I do too, you know. But sometimes I wonder if I complicated things too much. You know, I don't know. But you know, I never do anything without Lynn's opinion and without her approval. We bought that house, what, 4 years ago now? That land 4 years ago now. And but before we did, you know, we had a lot of conversation about it. You know, we discussed it, and ultimately, you know, Lynn decided, yeah, you know, she wanted to do that, so we did, and you know. But anyways, this is not my video. This is not the reason why I made the video. So, in the beginning of the process, I contracted Rapid Visa, you know, to help us with the process. And it's a little overwhelming, you know, in the beginning when you first start out, you know, and so that's why, you know, you reach out to these services, you know, for a little bit of help to kind of organize yourself. Now, certainly a lot of people do this without any help. They just go on the immigration website, they download the forms, print, you know, put together what they need, upload the forms. You can do all that yourself. It's not a problem. But when you take it on yourself, you run the risk of making mistakes. And when you make mistakes in this process, what you lose is time. And I'm not talking about a week or two. I'm talking months and months. You know, you're looking at every mistake might cost you a 3-month setback. So we chose to go with Rapid Visa in the beginning, and before I actually hired Rapid Visa, I got a referral from a very good friend of mine, Tasso and Mika. And Tasso had used him probably 10 years, maybe 11 years earlier. And so this guy came highly recommended from a very reputable source. And I did a phone interview with this guy before I hired Rapid Visa. And I don't know, I mean, I think maybe I had already made up my mind that I was going to hire Rapid Visa. And then, you know, once you make up your mind about something, it's hard to change it. And so after my phone call, my FaceTime interview with with the guy that I hired later, I said, how's this guy going to help me? Just a, Joe Schmo, FaceTiming me from his living room in Cebu. I guess I just had the wrong impression, out of the gate. And so I ended up using Rapid Visa. So Rapid Visa got me through the first stage of the process, which is the I-34. I had done all that paperwork through Rapid Visa. And Rapid Visa is just a machine, with wheels turning. I didn't really like that process because you don't really have any point of contact with any one particular person. It's a whole company. And so when you have a question, you're getting a different person every time. And that person is usually, very inexperienced. You're getting some kid, maybe just started his job 2 weeks ago, working from home and reading, a manual, how to answer your questions. I could do that myself. So I didn't care for Rapid Visa. I didn't care for the customer service end of it. You didn't get any really help in that sense. And it was very frustrating because if you have questions, it's like they can't answer it, or they won't answer it because they're so afraid of legal liability. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this in a minute. So like I was saying, after the beginning of the process, I decided I needed a little more help than what I was getting. And of course, we were trying to get this thing done as quickly as possible. It took 2 years, It didn't really matter, but we had 6 months. We could have got it done. We could have got it done like a year and a half, or just under a year and a half if we didn't miss a few documents at the end of the process. But that was our fault. I don't even think it was our fault. It was uploaded, but for whatever reason, didn't show up in the upload. One of the documents that they needed, but it was in the packet that I uploaded. So whatever reason, I think it was a mistake on the immigration end. For some reason they missed it, but it was there. I know it was there. And then the second time around, after they reviewed it a second time at the NVC, they wanted 1099s. If I just known that in the beginning, I would have already uploaded that. So that set us back almost 6 months, those 2 mistakes. But they were no fault of anybody's. So I ended up calling Tasso back after we submitted the I-34. And, I asked Tasso what was the name of that guy, I think I want to hire him. And so he gave me his name. His name is Jim Mace. Jim Mace is a retired, I think, immigration officer when he was back living in the U.S. So he knows the system, knows what they look for, how they process everything. And he's retired. He lives in Cebu with his family, and he's still working. He's still doing this. And he's helping a lot of expats, a lot of people with their Filipino fiancés and spouses and kids and families. He's probably helped thousands of people over the years. He's been doing it a long time. And so I'm gonna put all his information in the link below. His name is Jim Mace, and what you do is you'd contact him through Facebook or Messenger, and he'll call you back right away. So I contact Jim, and I sent him a message that said, "Hey, Tasso referred me to you," and right away I got a call, and not a audio call, a video call right away. Hi Anthony, how are you? Blah 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 blah. asked me a few questions and told me how much. And it wasn't much because we already started the beginning of the process, but it was still, a few $100. And but it wasn't nearly what I paid Rapid Visa. And so yeah, so I agreed to it. And so he helped us from that point on to the finish line. And, some people might say, well, it's not really worth it. Well, yeah, you hope that it's not worth it. You hope that you don't need somebody, that's the goal. But if you do need somebody, he's there. And that's the point, that's the point of hiring someone. That if you do hit a snag, if you do have a problem, you got backup, you got someone, looking out for you. And that's Jim Mace. He knows the process, he knows the paperwork, he knows, Rapid Visa. They're asking you for millions of things that you don't even need, just to cover their asses. It has nothing to do with immigration. They just ask you for stupid stuff that you don't really need. Half the stuff they wanted me to submit, I didn't even submit when I hired Jim. Didn't need it. And so, yeah, so Jim, what I love about Jim Mace is that, he always responds, always replies. And they're on opposite time zones if you're in the US talking to him. So you might text him at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning there, and he's texting you back. Always you always get a reply back from him within minutes. And if it's not, it's usually something's wrong. Either he's sick or something's going on. But he always texts you back. And if it's something really important, he won't even text you. He'll just FaceTime you. I can't tell you how many conference calls Lynn and I had with him. And it's very impressive, And so once we got our approval at the NVC, the National Visa Center, it goes off to Manila. And as soon as we got that, Jim was on the phone at the embassy getting our appointment for the interview. And he's the one who got us our expedited appointment. Within a week of getting our NVC approval, we had our interview date set. And then, as you guys know the rest, Lynn went on her interview, I think it was November 15th. Everything went really well. And yeah, so she got all her approval. And then comes the CFO. Let me tell you something. 10 times worse than anything you have to do to get your visa. I just don't understand it. I don't understand this whole CFO thing. Why the Philippine government makes Philippine citizens go through this process. And it's not really a big deal. It's just the signing up, getting all the information in, and I couldn't do it. I mean, I couldn't get it done. It wouldn't load. It would. I don't know. I mean, so Jim helped us. Jim got us all signed up for that. Lynn did her seminar, and then you're gonna go back in, re-register again, and print this out and print that out, and pay them 30 pesos. And so Jim did all that for us, and I thank him greatly. Of course, we paid him he paid for the CFO and stuff, and then we paid him. But, of course, it's just great to have that kind of support. So if you're really serious about your visa, and of course you can do it yourself, but if you just want to have peace of mind, have someone there in the background who can help and answer questions, Jim Mace is your guy. You're gonna want to give him a call. And I ain't getting anything for this video. I ain't getting any discounts or any commissions. And Jim didn't ask me to make this video. we're already done. We're already done. We've got everything we need. Lynn's got her ticket. She got her CFO. She got her visa. She'll be on a plane very soon. Her and Kyla. So yeah, so I just wanted to do this video because I felt like I wanted to do something nice for Jim, because what can I do, you know, and nothing else I can do. He did a lot of extra stuff for us that maybe he doesn't normally do for people, between expediting our case, between helping us with the CFO, constant text messages, constant video calls. So yeah, so I highly recommend you guys give him a call. And I gotta do my this is my outdoor Stairmaster. This is where I come after I do my couple miles of walking, and then I stretch a little bit, take a 5-10 minute break, make a video, and then I do my stairs. I like it, you know. I think when we get to, if we go to where we're going next, once we get a little bit more permanent, I will definitely join the gym. But that's it. Check the link below. Thanks for watching.